Okay, I do believe that we are live. I'm setting up my technology. I want to welcome you to today's live convention Q&A. My name is Amanda Bruce. I'm the Communications and Marketing Director for NPM. And as we set up right now, I know that I'm setting up my tech and you are too. So if you get this message, let us know in the chat box. Where are you from? I know that we're having quite a few people still log on right now on our live session. Just let us know where you're tuning in from today. In the chat box, we're going to be having a lot of conversation with you as we set up right now. As we make sure this is going well right now. Jennifer, how's the office today?
Well, here in Washington, spring has finally arrived with a beautiful 83-degree day. And then by the weekend, summer will have arrived with a 97-degree day for the high. So we're getting 3 seasons in 1 week here in Washington. And
as we start too, and you're getting on the in the call right now too, I want to introduce, and I will also introduce her again later, just in case you miss it. I want to introduce Nicole Massaro. Hi, Nicole. Would you mind saying hi to the viewers today?
Hi, everybody. I'm Nicole. I am the event coordinator for this year's NPM convention. We look forward to seeing you in Louisville.
Nicole, people may not know that you have a history with NPM's conventions.
I do. I am also a liturgical movement minister and have been to a few conventions doing movement, which was great.
Including the 2011 convention in Louisville.
In Louisville, that's true. I was here.
So it will be not your first time in Louisville for an NPM convention.
Yeah.
Good. That's great. Thank you, Rick. I just want to say hello, Rick. Rick's joining us from Texas. Welcome. If you're just coming in right now, welcome. Please feel free to leave where you are in the chat box below. As we go through what we're going to talk about today, which is the NPM convention, this really is a chance for us to connect with you as our members, as our pastoral music community, with your questions. So feel free to ask questions at any point throughout the time here today. We are going to talk for about 20 to 25 minutes, and then we will take all of your questions, but feel free to ask them as we go as well. So with that being said, feel free to ask any questions, but I'm going to hand it over to Jennifer first.
Thanks, Amanda. Well, obviously, we are here today to talk about the NPM convention. As many of you know, the convention is taking place in person from July 28th to, from June 28th to July 1st at the Galt House Hotel in Louisville, Kentucky. And then we will be having our first virtual convention, which will take place from July 5th through 7th. From the comfort of your own home, from your office, from the beach, from wherever you may be. And we are just really excited to be able to give our members the flexibility this year with both formats. And Amanda's going to be sharing more about that later on. But today I'm going to be talking a little bit more about what to expect at this year's convention. The in-person experience is going to include many of the elements that you are familiar with and you've come to know and love at NPM conventions. And this includes pre-convention events that you can join prior to the initial start of the convention. We have wonderful plenum speakers, so many breakouts, megas, and some really amazing concerts. I just received word about some exciting additions to a concert, and we'll be sharing more about that in the coming day, but it's going to be hard to make the decisions to which session to attend. This year's pre-convention events, though, are really special. First off, we are hosting the 10th National Catholic Handbell Festival. And that's going to be directed by Dave Harris, who is the director of the Raleigh Ringers. Some of you may remember the Raleigh Ringers from the 2019 convention. And this is a highly valuable opportunity to learn under Dave's tutelage. Any level of experience is welcomed, and entire handbell choirs or single ringers, all of you are encouraged to join the festival. I'd like to add that if you can only participate in the festival, that is fine. The festival is one of our standalone events at this year's convention. Next, we have the nearly 80 Voice Choral Institute, which will be directed by Paul French, Director of Music, Composer, and President of the Board of Directors of the American Federation of Priority Cantores. This is a truly special opportunity, and spots in each voice part are limited, so make sure you sign up today for this one. As you can imagine, some of those voice parts are going very quickly. Lastly, but not least, we have Praying with Chant Intensive, incorporating chant into the parish liturgy by Brother John Mark Falkenheim and Sister Gianna Vissel from St. Meinrad's School of Theology, and the opportunity, I guess this really is the last but not least, to go on an organ crawl of 4 prominent Louisville pipe organs. Not only that, we're excited to be able to share the Essentials of Catholic Liturgy, Track 3. That will be available during the convention week, and it gives you the opportunity to complete what is usually a 6-week course in just 1 week. So if you're looking for some liturgical formation opportunities to really up your game, this is the program for you. NPM supports the Essentials of Catholic Liturgy and the valuable education it provides to all of our musicians and all pastoral ministers as well. And whether you're a seasoned pastoral minister or just starting out, this is really a terrific course for you. And now I'm going to pass it back to Amanda, and she is going to share more of what to expect at this year's convention.
Thanks, Jennifer. I do want to discuss a few more things of what to expect at this year's convention. First off, we understand, especially for those who are attending in person, that COVID-19 is still a reality in our lives. For this reason, we continue to make decisions for the NPM in-person convention based upon the guidance from the CDC, as well as state, county, city, and archdiocesan safety protocols. As many of you may know, the CDC just yesterday publicly stated that 1/3 of people in the US live in areas with so much virus that people should consider masking. Based on this recommendation by the CDC, we will have masks available should you choose to mask. We encourage you also to test for COVID-19 before you travel. If you were unaware, the US government just began to offer 8 additional free tests per household, and that just started this past Monday. We also encourage you to bring your own COVID-19 test to the convention should you start to exhibit symptoms of COVID-19 while you are on site. We will continue to monitor the situation. We will also have tests available there as well, and we will continue to post COVID-19 safety updates on the convention webpage. Now, last year, due to the pandemic, we offered a hybrid convention, which connected presenters from as far away as the UK and Australia to present to us live in real time. This will not be the case this year. All presenters will be live and in person at the Goat House. However, a selection of sessions and events will be recorded on site at the Goat House and available for viewing after the convention. These sessions will be the foundation of NPM's virtual convention the following week, which I'll discuss more in just a minute. But all in-person attendees will have access to these recorded sessions until September 30th. When you get the mobile app for the convention, the mobile app will have these sessions indicated with a "to be recorded" tag on the agenda. However, if you want to look at now in advance, the list of these sessions is also now available on the convention area of the NPM website. So feel free to check them out yourselves. But just to summarize, that list will include a selection of breakout sessions, all plenum addresses, all mega breakouts, and concert events from the previous week's in-person experience. But again, all in-person content will not be included in the virtual experience. So if you want the full in-person experience, it's still best to plan to be in person. But if financial or personal constraints prevent you from joining us in Louisville, the virtual convention is a great way to still engage with fellow NPM members who will be attending and learning at the virtual convention experience alongside you. Now let's talk about the virtual convention a little bit more. So the virtual convention schedule will have a shorter day-to-day commitment versus being in person at the convention in person in Louisville. We received that as a piece of feedback from years past, and we know that attending a virtual convention includes personal demands like funerals that just pop up. We understand this. We understand that being home also means taking care of the kids' lunches and dinners, and truthfully, maybe spending some time away from a computer screen. We get it. We have included all of these considerations as we made the virtual convention schedule this year. So just to give you a bird's eye view, the virtual convention schedule, which will be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, July 5th, 6th, and 7th, every day starts at 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time, which allows for the West Coast to join us at a reasonable hour as well. Each day then will start with a live check-in where I myself and other guests will be giving you a 15-minute check-in before we then watch the day's plenum address at 1 o'clock Eastern. Then we will watch a breakout session together, of which you will have 4 to choose from every day. Then the day continues with a special event, whether it be a new music showcase or NPM's members meeting. And then you will get to choose from 4 different mega breakouts to view from. Then after that, we've included a dinner break if you're on the East Coast or in the Midwest, or a plenum replay option if maybe, let's say you were on the West Coast and you had to play a funeral during the earlier airing of the plenum address. Lastly, we will end our evening with a short live check-in, and then you can choose from some great concert events recorded from the previous week in Louisville. You can explore this schedule yourself, like I said, by going to the convention area of the NPM website today. If you're not sure which mega breakout or breakouts to attend, maybe if you're attending the virtual convention, don't worry. All recorded content will be available to you until September 30th of this year. And that also applies to in-person attendees as well. I'm sending it over back to Jennifer. And you are still muted, just to give you a heads up. Okay. How long have we been doing this?
Yeah, right? You would think after 2 years we would make it work like clockwork. But thank you so much, Amanda, for sharing all of that information. I'm really excited that we're able to present both formats this year, and that all of the recorded content will be available to both in-person and virtual attendees through September 30th. I think that's going to be a terrific opportunity, especially over the summer, to just continue that formation opportunity. So we hope that one of these 2 opportunities really is the right fit for you, and we want to continue hearing your feedback. We know that COVID-19 is still a risk, and we also know that many parish budgets have just been slashed to the bone, and getting to a convention this year is even harder than normal for many of our members and our fellow pastoral ministers. So if the budget's tight this year, we really encourage you to consider that virtual option so that you can continue to receive the formation that you so very much deserve. But we also know the value of gathering in person at a convention and the incredible community that NPM is when it gathers together. So here are a couple of things to consider when you're trying to decide which experience is best for you. So if you're looking for an experience that is going to bring large groups of people together, in-person convention is for you, absolutely. If you want to participate in one of the pre-convention events, or the convention retreat that's going to take place in person on Friday morning, or any of the special events like the bourbon tasting or the Choral Institute, the in-person experience is the best one for you. But if you want to participate in a slightly more bite-sized pace, if you already have some travel commitments, or your plans just don't allow you to travel in person, the virtual experience is the right one for you. We made a commitment this year to keep our virtual pricing static. So there wasn't an early bird advance or regular rate. So the price for the virtual convention ranges from $143 to $169 based upon your membership type. So you can decide at the last minute to jump in on that virtual convention. We are going to welcome you with open arms. And again, you will have access to that recorded content until September 30th.
Did Jennifer freeze? Oh, you're the. Oh, Jennifer, you froze just a little bit. I know. So we didn't miss anything actually, except I think you were going to wrap up maybe and ask people to give their questions, maybe?
Yes, I was. So I guess the freeze was great because I left people time to submit their questions. So go ahead, submit any of those questions that you have in the chat box. We will do our very best to answer them today. And while you are submitting your questions in the chat box, I would like to turn it back over to Nicole Massaro, our convention coordinator, who's going to just say a few more words.
Thank you, Jennifer. And again, my name is Nicole Mazzaro, and I am the convention coordinator for 2022. We're really excited to have you on site. We're excited to have you virtually. Welcome your questions now. Let us know how we can help you, how we can help inform your decision, whether to come on site or to sign up virtually. So let us know.
So as people are submitting their questions, I'd like to submit a question that has come up for me before at this point. Is there any suggestion for people who are coming in person to maybe find an NPM roommate or something that makes the cost a little bit more effective this year? Nicole, I'm going to ask you to address that one.
Well, I'm not really sure. Maybe Jennifer and I can discuss that a little bit more. Jennifer, what do you think?
Yeah, we can definitely talk about that. I know from my own personal experience watching the Pastoral Music and Liturgy Family Facebook page, from the Catholic Cantors and Directors page, I have seen individuals reach out there and say, hey, I'm going to the convention, who wants to bunk in with me? So that's always one way of doing that. And since Louisville is driving distance for so many of our members, this is a great chance to share some rooming expenses. Lord knows we all want to share gas expenses these days, and share those parking expenses too. And as we're all dealing with budget considerations, still be able to have that in-person experience.
Great. We have another question too that was sent to me in advance. Someone said that historically some of the convention places that we've had the convention are very large that require a lot of walking. How is the Galt House in terms of walking?
I can definitely take this one.
Okay, go ahead.
The Galt House is a smaller location. There's two towers of the hotel. It's all pretty, the space is pretty small, so it's easy to walk from one tower to the other. There's a skyway, so you don't actually have to exit the hotel to get to the other tower. It's a very beautiful hotel. We're really excited to be there. So.
Good. We have a question here from Jean. Jean wants to know how many have registered thus far for the convention.
Well, so this is fun because we have both an in-person and a virtual number to report. As of when I last looked today, Amanda, have you looked more recently at the number?
Yeah, I have it right here actually in front of me. So so the number, keep this in mind when we share this number, that this is primarily the group of paid attendees, meaning It does not include necessarily all of the exhibitors and additional local volunteers who, of course, we help support with additional convention registrations. So as of today, the number of paid attendees is 430, and then the virtual convention is 47. We do expect for that virtual convention number to at least double. So we're expecting about 100 to 125 people for the virtual convention at the very least. Good. I have a question also regarding convention Eucharist and convention liturgies. So where are the convention liturgies and morning prayer, evening prayer taking place at the Galt House? Or is convention Eucharist offsite, that which has also happened in the past?
So all prayer opportunities, including the convention Eucharist, are on site this year, and they will remain in the same space. The only opportunity that will be in a separate place for the obvious reasons is reconciliation. That will be in a smaller, more appropriate space. But morning prayer, daily mass, evening prayer, and the convention Eucharist will be in the same physical location that will be able to accommodate the entire assembly.
Okay, great. I have another question here too. I see that some of the events are off-site, like the Nathan Laubel concert, and they are at the Cathedral of the Assumption. How can I get there from there?
There will be a transportation pickup location on the West Tower. We'll have volunteers there to help direct you. There'll be a sign. So there'll be a shuttle that starts at 5 o'clock on Tuesday night and 5 o'clock on Wednesday night that will transport to a couple of stops, one in downtown Louisville on 4th Street. So if you wanted to get dinner before the concerts, that's an option. Then it will go to the Fraser House, or the Fraser Museum, which we're doing the Out of Kentucky Water and the bourbon tasting on Tuesday night. And then it will go to the Cathedral of the Assumption for the Nathan Laubel concert. And then it will continue to shuttle until 9 o'clock.
Right. And I also wanted to add that the cathedral and the Fraser Museum are, what would you say, Nicole, about a 7-minute walk from the Galt House?
It might be more 10 or 12.
Okay.
But yes.
So, but if you are trying to get back from one event to the other and you choose to walk, that is an option for you, and you'll probably actually get back a little bit faster than the shuttle bus. But that's an option. So if there's something happening right after another event, you want to get back more quickly, you can do it in about 10 minutes.
Great. Okay, here's another question. What is Fund the Future?
I'll take that one, Nicole, and then you can fill in. So some of our prior convention attendees may remember an event called Fostering the Art. Fostering the Art was a additional ticketed reception that helped to support the goals of NPM. And clearly our mission is fostering the art. So Fund the Future is that same event, but this year we have lowered the ticket price. It's now $75 because we wanted to make it more affordable to more of our members. So that $75 ticket price will go towards supporting the mission and vision of NPM, supporting our programming, supporting scholarship, helping build member resources as well. It's going to be a really fun evening. Your ticket includes some hors d'oeuvres, a drink ticket as well, some games, and we will also have some live entertainment there by some well-known NPM members. So it's going to be a fun, engaging evening, another opportunity to let your hair down and support NPM at the same time.
This one's a question I think that Nicole can take. Is NPM participating in any service project this year in relation to the convention?
We are. NPM is going to do water steps. So please bring your shoes. Anything used or old that you are willing to get rid of. We'll have a barrel there that will be specifically for the water step program. And we are doing some other marketing that will let you know where all of that is going and some more information about Water Steps.
And some of you may have remembered that Water Steps was our intended service opportunity in 2020, and then we needed to move that forward for the obvious reasons.
I have to say, though, I participated in Water Steps for the 2020 virtual convention. We still had it as a service project, and I mailed my shoes. So I'm happy that we're bringing it back. But it was still a service opportunity, even if it was just virtual, for the virtual convention in 2020. So we have another question here too. Is there an opportunity this year to bring a guest for the convention and have them pay for registration? Either Nicole or Jennifer.
Jennifer, go ahead.
Oh, okay. So yes, there is. And when you do your registration, you can register a guest for the same exact price. So now we're in the regular registration period. If you are a standard member and you get that 10% discount, you can register your guest for that same exact price, which means your guest, whether or not they're an NPM member, has access to everything that you do, every concert, every plenum, every breakout that you can attend. They also have the opportunity to attend.
Great. Another question is, I've already registered for the convention, but I want to add on the bourbon tasting or fund the future. Can I do that? Jennifer, can you want to take that one?
Yes, you can. You can just go ahead and call the office to speak with Kaisna. The direct dial number is 240-247-3000. Kaisna will most likely be the person answering your call, and she will help you add those events onto your registration. Good.
Now, as we wrap up, please feel free to submit any final questions. We'll give you a little bit of time to do so as well. I'm going to do something that maybe I'll regret doing, maybe I won't, I don't know. But as we wait for you to submit your questions, I'm going to ask Nicole and Jennifer a question of mine. So what are some of the sessions or things or events that you both are most looking forward to for this year's convention, in person or virtual?
I'll go first.
Okay, Nicole.
I'm really looking forward to Fun Future because I think it'll be a really fun experience and really good live music and a nice chance for everyone to come together and chat and be together after such a long time apart. I know some people were in person last year, but I think this year will be a different energy, hopefully. So.
Yeah, definitely. I think on a similar theme, I'm really excited about some of the concert opportunities. Just that energy that's in the room at the concerts. It's really, really palpable. So I'm looking forward to spending some late evening blocks enjoying concerts with my fellow members.
Amanda, how about you?
Yeah,
I know. I should. What's funny is I asked this question and I thought, oh, what's my answer? I have to say that I personally am very excited for some of our plenum addresses in particular. I just think they're going to be so good. I mean, I personally think the fact that we're starting with Bishop Sites is just going to start us tested by fire, renewed and transformed, our theme. And then just we have so many great sessions this year too. We have, many of you may not know this, even if you've registered already, but we have a lot of product resources this year that are very valuable. We have liturgy help coming in from Australia in person to do a liturgy help hands-on tutorial. We have so many resources available this year in person. Like, we must be breaking a record because we have so many this year. But not only that, we have so many great topics. I love our focus on handbells this year. We have quite a few handbell sessions. I'm so thrilled that David Harris is coming from the Raleigh Ringers. His presence is just going to be so great. As myself, a handbell ringer, I think it's going to be so fun. There's so much to do this year that I also am grateful that so much of it is getting recorded, because I will tell you, as just an NPM member, I am going to be watching the replays because I will not be able to get to everything either. So just so much this year that I'm excited about.
Yeah, I have to agree with you, Amanda. Last year being my first convention and just trying to live in the moment of the experience, I was delighted that there was so much, that everything was recorded, because I certainly spent until September 30th watching a lot of the content too.
I know, me too. Now, just to be clear, because I don't want to get a complaint email
Yes.
later, we're not recording everything this year. But again, the list will be available on our website. It is available on our website now. And we're recording all plenums, all megas. What am I missing? There's some other all plenums, all megas, select breakouts, and most of the concert events are being recorded as well. So, all right. So with that being said, we don't have any more questions from those who viewed us live. Please feel free to send this replay to anyone that you know who's considering attending either the in-person or the virtual convention. If you need to reach out to us, my email address is amanda@npm.org. Jennifer's is director@npm.org. And Nicole's is convention22, the numbers 22, @npm.org. Thank you for your time today, and thank you for considering what options are best for you, because as always, NPM is an association of learning, and we are so excited to bring these learning opportunities to you. So thank you again. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful Feast of the Ascension in about a week or so here. And please let us know if you have any questions, and we hope to see you in person or virtually. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.